Hello.
Shalom.
Welcome.
Welcome to Mike and Joe Have a Show.
Yes.
Yeah, that's our calling card.
That's why we got to do it that way so people know.
So people know. I want people to come here and be like, oh, now we know.
Because if it is on television, you're flipping through the channels, you're probably
Bro,
like,
we're going to be on HBO.
I think that'd be so sick.
Yeah, home box office.
Yeah. Owned by Warner Brothers, owned by Netflix, owned by Bayer.
Oh, my bad. I hope we get on, like, TV Land.
Dude, TV Land would be
So,
sick.
like, it's just I Love Lucy, and then just the two of us, and, like, old people are like, how do I switch the network? They're like, there's no knobs on this TV.
Dude, it'd be sick to have TV stations. I like when I go home to the parents' house, and they have just regular TV, and I just flip through channels.
Dude, you know what I, like, wonder about?
Yeah.
Like, when millennials get old? Is there going to be, like, a TV Land where it just shows old Joe Rogans? And, like, the grandkids are like, don't talk to Grandpop. He's watching Rogans right now. Like, why is his chest shaped like that? Don't ask. He's Joe Rogan's.
Why is his skin so tight?
Why is his skin so tight on that sad little body?
Hey, he's popular.
Dude. He is pop. Yeah, dude, our contemporaries, Joe Rogan and Tony Hinchcliffe.
It's pretty sick.
Pretty sick. Pretty sick we're in the same field as them now.
Hey, yeah, if you just talk into a camera, you're in that field now.
I know. I can't wait till we bring comics on here and just be like, tell us a minute of your best material. And then we go, and now you can leave.
And now you
they
get out of here.
Just have to watch us finish the rest of the episode from over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
It's just American Idol, right?
It's American Idol for people that suck.
But meaner.
Like, yeah, but I don't know, man. American Idol used to be like mean.
It was when it had Simons.
Simons.
Dude, his face looks crazy now.
Yeah, because they keep just stretching it. Every morning he wakes up and there's just like a little person behind him that just pulls his face tighter and tighter.
By little person, we're talking about Lilliputian from Gulliver's Travels.
Yeah. Let's stretch it out there, Simon.
I like famous people because they're so much better than us.
You know those videos where it's like, it's always strong dudes and they're like, it's like how I start my day as a 41-year-old entrepreneur.
Dude, I love every one of those videos. Do you know the guy, I don't know his name. I have to look it up. But he always just has a woman hand him a bottle, and then he just pours it and puts his
face in it. Yeah.
Dude, I love that guy so much.
I want that same video, but for Simon Cowell, and it's just instead of the woman handing him a bottle, it's just a man stretching his face out, and then using like old paper clips to like the binder clips to pin it.
Dude, I watched
and they
that.
slap his toupee over it so you can't see the binder clips.
He Simon Cowell, he produced a WWE album. I know that.
Oh.
Yeah, like one of the music albums he was a producer on.
He would work for Vince. What's his name? Vince Gilligan. What's his real name?
McMahon.
Vince McMahon.
Vince Gilligan did Breaking Bad.
Okay. Although one of them actually broke bad.
dude, McMahon was always a crazy person.
Yeah.
Allegedly, did you see? You don't watch wrestling.
Wasn't allowed.
But
Serbian father, fake sport.
Debbie actually, but I feel like
such a solid logic for a father. He's like, it's fake. Watch soccer.
it's just so funny because that by that like line of reasoning, you should have never watched any movies ever.
We didn't have cable, so we didn't really.
But you could rent movies.
We watched The Love Bug, which is, as we all know, a factual drama.
Yeah, that's so funny. Your Serbian father thought The Love Bug was real.
It's like when I was 6, I knew Santa was fake, but I thought The Love Bug was real until I was 23. And then I sat in a Volkswagen Beetle for the first time. I was like, why isn't it moving without me?
That's very funny.
Yeah.
Speaking of Santa, like we're not. This is evergreen, so whenever
non-denominational podcast.
Non-denominational. I think this is funny. It could be a bit, but I think it's funny because I don't think I'm smart, and the reason I don't think I'm smart is because my mom had to tell me Santa wasn't real. Like it wasn't like I figured it out. It was just like a thing where like one day she was like, I remember I was like a second or third grade, so I was like 8 or 9.
Dude,
and I know too old, and like I remember my mom being like, "Hey, it's us."
Dude, you know
hey,
how
spoiler alert.
Santa, you know how I found out Santa wasn't real?
How?
It was when I was like 5 or 6. I woke up in the middle of the night to go take a big old piss.
Yeah.
Small boy, big piss.
I love how your bladder's even been old the whole time.
Dude, the whole time it's just like, oh, I'm filled to the brim with pizza. I got to piss. And I went downstairs, and my dad was putting the gifts under the tree, and he could have lied, and he just went, don't tell your brother.
That's so sick. tell him?
No, I ruined the tooth fairy for my brother.
That's pretty good.
Because my brother, the entrepreneur, he lost a tooth one night and he didn't tell anybody.
That's so sick.
He wanted to test the tooth fairy, so he didn't tell anyone he lost a tooth, and he put it under his pillow. And then he woke up the next day and was like, the tooth fairy isn't real. And he's like screaming and crying. It's like 5 a.m. And I just was like, shut up. I know he's not real. Go to bed.
My favorite part about that is that's 3 feet away from your head that he's doing that.
Yeah, well, we had a shared bedroom. It's about as far apart as we are now with the space in the middle.
Yep.
Yeah, and just crucifix above each bed.
Dude, that's always a crazy thing for a children's
We had
bedroom.
so much Jesus in there.
Are your parents Jesus freaks?
My mom was. My dad was always like, it's funny because my mom like loved Jesus, and my dad like on the DL would be like, be careful with that stuff.
All right. To be fair, your dad's just across the board. He's like,
hilarious.
Wrestling isn't real, and neither is Jesus.
Yeah, he is consistent.
Yeah, he just doesn't like anybody that's in shape.
Dude, I went to like one of those Jesus camps where they really like get you.
Yeah. I got diarrhea at one.
Oh, dude, I had my first kiss and somebody touched the tip of my penis at one, but I
Whoa! Wow, how did you and I have opposite?
just like grazed it, and I was like, for the Lord. But we went to one, and I came home, and I was all excited because you make friends. And God is King, and
Christ is King.
Christ is King.
Christ is risen.
And I came home, and I'm like in a good mood. I'm telling my parents I love them. And my dad's like, "Hey, this is great and all, but just remember, like, don't get too into it."
That's so sick. I remember my parents were like, I think the story goes, my grandma died, and my dad was like, we gotta go back to church. So like, because it was his mom, and that was that whole thing. I think that's pretty much what happened. And so like we were baptized and all that stuff, but baptized. So, but I was always just afraid of God. Never really cared. Except for fear.
Yeah, it was mostly, I was Irish Catholic, so it was mostly fear-based religion.
Which is very fear-based.
Yeah.
But I remember we had to do, like...
What's your favorite thing about hell? The fact that you're going there?
Just for thinking?
Just for thinking about it?
Just for thinking about boobs?
Yeah, you saw a boob once. You saw some cleavage, and you were like, oh, no, I go straight to hell.
I go straight to hell. We had to do, because you went to Catholic school, so like I didn't. We went to a Philistine school, so Wednesday nights we had to go
disgust me. That's why we sit so far apart on the podcast. Because I don't want the devil to reach.
You don't
me.
want the sin to touch you. But we had to do confirmation. We had to go to like this weekend retreat, and it was like to get us closer to God. And it was like very annoying, and it was like all the kids that I didn't like. They were like bringing weed on the retreat, and it was pretty sick actually. Yeah. But I don't smoke weed. Weed's bad. Never smoked it.
But yeah, Mike's never done anything ever.
I've never done it. That's actually just a fact.
That's a fact. I know. I'm not doing a bit. I made it so I'm sarcastic, but it was real.
Yeah, dude. I'll fucking X up on the next podcast. I
actually saw you drink one beer one time, and it was awesome.
It was by accident.
Twice.
Oh, yeah.
Once at Hilarities, once in Scotland.
Yeah, that's true. And you know what happened both times? I got in a fight and called my ex-wife.
And boy, did she hate that.
She did not like it.
If I know anything about exes, it's that they love it when you call.
Yes, they love hearing. They love it
when you're like
an unannounced phone call when you could clearly text them.
Yeah, it's
none of this is real. But I wish I would have called my.
Oh
ex.
no, it's dude. For the longest time, I was like, anytime I had a breakup, it was like 3 months later, get drunk. Here comes that voicemail train.
I see. That's the one thing about never drinking is that I probably have just like because anytime I've done something embarrassing. Though. It's just me being like logically like this is what I should do now.
Yeah, no, I love sending drunk voicemails to exes. Not so much anymore as an adult, but like when I was younger, it'd be like, have a couple beers, you get a voicemail, half the voicemail is me apologizing, and then the other half is like, but here's what you did wrong.
That's so sick.
Yeah. You're like working through the feelings in real time, and some people don't get that. It's helping them because they're like, obviously I made the right choice.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah. You leave an ex a voicemail, they're going to be like, you know what? Nailed it.
Getting an angry text from an ex is also pretty solid where I'm like, you know what?
I don't really do angry texts.
Angry texts are funny because everyone does them.
I do it so rarely.
I finally, because my phone...
Because it's such a dumb medium for anger.
Yeah, it's like...
And usually if I am mad, it'll be like, hey, I'm upset, let's talk later or tomorrow.
I just like a text. It sounds shitty. It sounds psychotic, but like having text messages is nice because there's always There's always
Option just to give them a thumbs up.
proof.
Oh.
That thumbs up's pretty good.
Thumbs up is like when someone sends you an angry text, just giving them a thumbs
No,
up.
dude, the best is just saying okay.
Oh, they just K?
K
Is declaring a fatwa.
But K is like a thing where it's like if you just say okay but spell it out.
Yeah.
That's
Like okay or OKAY.
OKAY.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Sometimes okay, just like the letter. If you do O and then K, it might be all right sometimes.
The less letters you use, the more aggressive you're being.
The thing about K is it's one of those things where it's universally known. I feel like okay, it's like a little bit shittier than just saying K.
Yeah.
K period, though, might be all right.
Well, there was like a couple X's ago, there was one that got mad at me and was like sending me texts. And I just was like, I don't want to do this over text. Don't want to do this over text. And then like it got to the point where I just started responding with, "That's great, awesome, fantastic." And they just kept coming.
I haven't. Yeah, I liked. I had a friend that would give me we had we were just such immature people, but we would always like someone would talk shit about someone else, and then someone that would like.
Oh yeah.
That would always be the best. But friends would like leave angry voicemails. I had multiple of those.
I like leaving angry voicemails when I'm not mad at my friends.
Yeah, that's funny.
You know what I mean? Like if you happen to miss my call, and I'm like, "You piece of shit."
Yeah, that's funny.
You think you're better than me?
Yeah.
Look who finally realized that he can talk to someone else.
Funny voicemails are great.
Funny voicemails. I left one for my friend in New York today. My friend Rachel, I left her one that I think I did like a Jamaican accent. Just kept talking about saying her name in Bumbleclat. I don't know if you're allowed to do that.
You're definitely not.
Okay.
We saw what happened to Chet Hanks.
Yeah, and he became an icon.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Everyone was like, "Did you know he has the same range as Tom?"
Dude, I want to see like a reboot of Philadelphia, but just Chet Hanks doing Jake Megan voice the whole thing.
And Brad Pitt too. Dude, what is it? Meeting Joe Black?
Meeting Joe Black.
I've never seen it.
It's a progressive. It's just happening throughout for years. No, just Meet Joe Black. Yeah, I've never seen it either. But
I've only seen like the highlight reels of him doing Jamaican voice.
He does do Jamaican voice very
well.
Yeah,
him calming down the lady. There's like an old black Jamaican lady that's freaking out, and he does like Jamaican voice to calm her down. Dude, it's so insane.
I think that's gonna suck about him. Like like just people like just make predictions about the future and everything like that. I think we're losing just
white Jamaicans.
No, we'll always have those. We're losing just people being willing just to be kind of unhinged and unfiltered, because like everyone knows everything's always recorded all the time.
Yeah.
So like,
dude, I can't imagine going through like
high school now and stuff like that. But
yeah.
But like, it's funny because without giving away too much. No, I can't. I'll do it. Anyways, I work in education.
Great topic.
Great. Work in education. I work somewhere near the field of education, and kids get in fights, and they just immediately record each other fighting, and so immediately it's never like, "Oh, what happened?" It's like, "Oh, let's just see what happened."
Yeah.
It's very like just kids being obsessed, like everyone being obsessed with filming each other. It's like, well, there's never going to be any question about what actually happened, which is like in a way good, but also kind of scary and sad.
It's scary and sad too, because like I definitely like had maturing to do when I was younger.
Dude, yeah, I
had to mature, and also like, dude, like mental health wise, haven't always been real solid. So like, I'm like glad I didn't. There's like no me spiraling on video that I know of, but that always sucks. Like there's like clips where I can tell I'm spiraling when I'm doing stand up. You know what I mean? Yeah. Where I can tell that I'm off, but.
There's things where, like, I had an ex that, like, was probably borderline, like, would be considered abusive, but not in, like, fuck me up for the rest of my life way.
Yeah.
But there's definitely times where we both were, like, just yelling at each other, and if the other person was recording, it would look terrible, but, like, it's like, yeah, that sucks. No one should do that, but I she's fine now. I think she's happy. I think she's, like, learned and progressed, like.
Yeah.
I just don't think you should like fuck someone's whole thing up over some shit. And
no.
But like that's what kids do to each other.
Dude, I mean, I'm not perfect. Like my brain can't process failure.
I've noticed.
You got to splash those in it, but it's like you've seen it. Like if I have a good set and there's one bad thing in it, I'll think about the bad thing for 3 days and not even acknowledge it's a good set.
Yeah.
But like like if it's a relationship I care about, my brain views the breakup as a failure. So I just put all of the onus on me for probably too long.
Yeah.
After every breakup.
Oh, dude,
And I'm just like,
tough,
genuinely, it'll be like, I'm just a bad person. Because it's like the easiest way. My brain's like, well, why didn't it work? And it's like, well, clearly you weren't good enough.
Well, see, that's what sucks. And I think that's what's the bad problem about relationships and everything is that.
That's why I'm like, man, maybe I'll just be single forever and good at comedy because then I won't be spiraling. Although it was pretty solid at comedy when I had no brain whatsoever.
I think you're always going to be good at comedy because you're a funny person, but I think you.
But I'm not always having fun.
But
oh yeah, we are not afraid to have sad on here.
No, dude, this is what we're
I don't think that was a real sentence.
We're not afraid to have sad on here.
Yeah, sometimes we have sad, sometimes we have happy. Have good.
Have good sad.
Have sometimes happy, sometimes maybe shit. You ever see that like soccer interview? You know that's
no.
It's like a soccer coach. I don't even know what the question was asked. Like how's your like defense or so like how's this such and such doing? And he just goes, sometimes maybe good, sometimes a shit. Pretty solid.
Dude, that's all any interview needs to be.
That's like when someone's like, Joe, how's your mental health? I'm like, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's maybe shit. And I'm medicated, I'm crushing it.
That's good.
Yeah, medicated, getting weird sleep hours, but I'm crushing it.
Is the medication fucking with your sleep, you think?
I don't know if it's the medication or if it's just the lack of a job.
That does. If you just don't have any, like,
I got no
schedule.
reason to wake up, but I want to. But then it's like
Then you feel bad for not waking up? I do that all the time, every weekend.
Dude, yeah, and then I'm just bummed that I'm failing again.
Yeah.
And it's just a cycle of abuse with myself. But no, it's like my brain knows that I don't have to wake up.
Yeah, of course.
So it's like, what if we just thought about everything that we've ever done wrong all night?
That's pretty good, actually.
Pretty good. And boy, do we cover a wide spectrum.
See, I've like when you talk about like relationship stuff, I watched like men in my life just blame themselves or be like, look at relationships as a failure, and I was like, well, I'm not going to look at relationships as failures, and it's just like, you know, I think
that's what I've learned in therapy.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a growing thing.
It's a growing
thing.
thing.
You learned.
But any relationship, like you get good, you get bad. That's like, you know.
My therapist compared it to stand-up, and he was right, and I hated it.
That's awesome.
He was like, every time you have a bad set, do you think every time you do comedy again, it's going to be a failure? And I'm like, no.
That's a good way to look at it.
I was like, fucking dude.
I just, like, I don't like, relationships are weird. They're tough. And who gives a shit? But, like,
You know what I'll never do again?
What?
Is watch my favorite movie. I'm never watching my favorite movie with somebody until we are married with, like, kids.
I know what you mean. When we were watching,
like, dude, if someone wants to watch The Love Bug, I'm gonna be like, that's great, but we're not.
Yeah.
Because if we break up, I need to be able to watch that movie.
Yeah.
You can't take away that,
dude. That was
because then you know what? Then I only have Cheers.
Yeah.
Then I only have 11 seasons.
You only have so many
episodes.
I'm trying to think. Actually, fucking Parks and Rec was one of them for me. I that was like a thing where I watched with an ex, and then when we broke up, I was like, it's a little weird. But now it's back. It comes back. It comes back. It just takes a little bit.
Mine was my college girlfriend. We went as Halloween one year as Nick and Jess from New Girl.
Okay.
I fucking love New Girl.
I
couldn't watch it for years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sean likes New Girl.
Yeah, he gets it.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, dude, it's so
he
good.
painted the painting that they have in New Girl. Like, there's like a painting, like a poorly painted painting of like the group.
Oh, yeah.
Sean painted that exact painting.
Is it in the house?
Somewhere. I don't know if he has it somewhere. I think
we should put it up here.
we should. We should ask for it. He's definitely because I was like, hey, help me throw out that other table. He's like, you throwing out the table's like throwing me away. And I was like,
oh, the table you have?
Yeah,
at your place?
That's you doubling
For
as
everyone that doesn't
a
know,
coat hanger.
He moved out of Mike's place and left half of a table that's missing 2 legs.
To be fair, it was connected to like this dresser thing.
So like an L-shaped.
Yeah, but I just took up like my house, the bedroom. I love owning a house. You know, being a fucking landlord rules. But
rent's going up.
No,
if you're listening, rent's going up.
Really? Hey, if you live underneath me, buddy, rent's
up. Going up, and I'm coming in.
Yep.
Leave the door open.
Leave the door open. We're gonna give you a wet kiss.
Wet, open mouth kisses.
That's the only way to bring rent down. So
Michael just hit stop and locked his doors.
I have a key. Yeah. No, but I like Sean was living with me, and then he had this table thing, and where are we going with that? We had lost.
You've just been like, so it's only got 2 legs, and he's just had it upside down on his living room floor
For like a month.
For a month, just using it as like the shittiest coat hanger.
Well, the reason is because I can't put it out unless it's bulk day. If you put something out on not on bulk day, you get a ticket.
I know, but just you could put it in the basement or in the garage, but you're like, nope, leaving it in the living room.
I wanted it to be there as a reminder of what I sacrificed to have Sean live with me.
Dude. It's so funny that he moved out too and just left so much food at your place. And I was like, you gave me all his meat?
Dude, I tried to give you all the tuna. You were like, I don't want it. I
don't eat tuna. It's gross.
Legitimately 14 cans of tuna.
What'd you do with it?
It's just sitting on the counter.
Give it to a student.
I'm going to give it to I
Yeah. Give it to a little baby.
I will give it to someone. I think
it's your downstairs tenant, and then tell him rent's going up.
I own a duplex. I'm sorry. It is funny watching. I remember one of my favorite parts about having him live with me.
Dude.
It was we were both kind of seeing someone at the same time, and
this is when he was seeing the dance crew.
Yeah, and he was just like, he was like, it's a red flag that they don't judge us for living together. Which I just think is so fucking funny.
Dude, my favorite Sean thing is he was like dating this girl.
Yeah.
And we were like he's sitting on the couch, and this girl's just like, just rubbing his body. And he's just talking to us like nothing is happening. And we're like, we're like, all right, man, we're going to go to Sheetz. And he's like, oh, you're going to go to Sheetz? Can I come? And he just like clearly wants to hook up with him, just rubbing him. And he's like, I want tater tots.
Hey, my boy likes Sheetz.
He's like, we're getting mac and cheese triangles?
Hey, Sheetz is good.
Dude, it's so good. It was so funny, though, that he was just like, oh, you want to get Sheetz? And she's like, no. But he's got Sheetz brain. Dude, you know what's crazy?
Sheetz brained. What?
I've never grown a beard, but it's just slightly long enough that it keeps bumping the microphone, and boy, do I not like it.
Oh, it feels weird?
Yeah.
I know. You got a beard now. You're fucking...
I know. I got to get an axe, start chopping down trees, start building cabins, finding water sources in nature.
You're no longer just a mustache guy.
No, I could stop Chernobyl now.
You'd actually start Chernobyl.
I would start Chernobyl. What do you mean?
I don't know.
Oh.
You would start the process.
Hey, boys. Let's fire it up. I'm thinking fire the reactors back up.
I think, is this your first beard?
Yeah. Legitimately, maybe.
You're going to keep it for a while?
I don't know. I don't really like it. I think it's going to be like a holiday thing and then gone.
It doesn't look bad.
That's what everybody says.
I think it looks good, actually.
A couple women have been like, it looks good, and I keep being like, well, that's how I know I can't trust women, because they're wrong. Mustache, ride or die.
I was talking about I did a show in
what the fuck was that?
I
was talking about
did a show, and I talked about the mustache, and some dude came up to me and told me how to shave it. He was like, you should like go on the internet, look up army mustache, shape it like that. And I'm like, what the fuck are you?
Hey, dude, next time someone does that to you, you go, hey, no, you should go on the internet, look up how to fuck off. Give it a try.
It was just it was one of those things where I was just like, that's fine.
I've had like a handful of people tell me how to groom my mustache, and boy, does it insult me.
One time...
you want to piss me off?
One time, he canceled on us, so he's dead to us.
Who's this?
Barkus.
For the record, I texted him like a half hour before we recorded and was like, you still in? He had never agreed to do the podcast. And then I just said, I thought you were free forever. And he was like, what are you talking about?
I thought you were free for the year.
For the year. Yeah, that was that. I thought you were free for the year.
But yeah. No,
and he's like, I'm making dinner.
To be fair, I there was a point where I was just trying to cover my whole mouth with my mustache. It was last winter.
It was so gross last winter.
Dude, it was crazy. Because I'm going through my phone just to delete photos. That I'm like, I don't need these photos.
That was the most, I think, divorced you'd ever been.
But I was happy. Like, I wasn't even, there are no issues going on at that point.
But it's like one of those things where like, you were happy. There was no
it hit me later.
There was no like outward signs aside from the mustache that you were reeling, because you were like letting it grow, and you weren't like gelling it to the side. You were just letting it go straight down.
I wanted to just see if I could cover my whole mouth.
And then you would like go for jogs,
Yeah,
and
dude.
it would sweat, and it would be like icicles on the end, and I was just like, oh, dude.
It looked crazy.
Dude,
But-
all I could imagine is like, dude, if you make out with a girl and she just gets like,
My favorite part about that whole thing was Barkus just sent me a video of him trimming his mustache. He's like, this is how you got to do it.
that's the one time I agree with somebody.
It's very funny. Yeah, no, I'm glad he did that because it was. I found a photo of it. I was like, I do look crazy.
Dude, and then you like did a thing where you started trimming it, but you were letting just the sides grow really long. You had like a Fu Manchu.
Dude, I wanted Fu Manchu so bad.
I literally was like, man, my boy, he's happy, but boy, is he divorced right
There
now.
was one when I first started growing it. I was growing chin hair too. Like
Dude.
everything was just growing. It looked nuts.
Well, that's what I might do. So like, I'll let this go,
Yeah.
and then maybe after Christmas, maybe for New Year's, I'll do the Bob Seger goatee.
That'd be good.
That'd be good. And
That'd be good.
Just my entire New Year's Eve set, she's gonna be singing night moves.
Yeah,
Working on the.
I'm gonna be with you in New York, so
Yeah.
uh,
We're gonna have that episode live from the trap. Brooklyn, where you at?
we gotta buy those 8-ball jackets.
Yeah, those 8-ball jackets.
But yeah, dude, I looked like when I first started growing that just goatee thing. When
Yeah.
I get like this right here, I only get facial hair here and here.
Well, I don't really get sideburns. That's why I've never grown a beard.
But you get a full beard. Like I don't get.
Well, my hair's so long you can't tell that I don't have sideburns.
Oh yeah.
Kind of the perfect crime.
Are you gonna grow your hair out again,
Yeah.
all the way?
I don't know.
I think you look good with short hair.
I think I look good with long hair. I think my hair looks good at any given length.
You have good hair.
Do you know it's like the only length that doesn't look good on my hair? The length it was when I recorded my comedy special. It's just like not really short, but not long either.
Yeah,
It kind of
yeah.
looks like shit.
It's always the worst.
It looks like, you just got, it's like you had long hair and your parents are like, we're going to church, you got to get a haircut. And you're like, well, don't take it all the way off the ears.
Yeah.
It just looks like dog shit.
I just because my hair was different texture when I was in high school, it would just grow out, so it just looked big, and like just like poofy hair. You remember when that was a thing? That's what
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, I know.
I had like a little baby fro for most of high school.
That was pretty sick.
And like the rule was that your hair couldn't touch your collar, but mine was curly enough that it didn't, and I would still like get detentions, and I'd be like, well, I didn't break the rules.
That's so funny,
Dude.
Catholic schools suck.
It
so
sucks so
bad. Like anything. There's like obviously
Dude,
like
one of my first like detentions that they overturned
yeah.
is my dad. This is like such a good European dad thing.
Yeah.
Is like I had like like the little like 5 mustache hairs you get when you're like a boy mustache.
Yeah.
I had that, and you had to be clean shaven in high school.
It's so funny.
And I got a detention for not shaving, but it's because my dad was like, "You're not a man. You don't need to shave yet." And so and I would like tell the teacher, I'm like, the reason I haven't shaved is because my dad won't let me. They're like, "There's no way," and I'm like, "I swear to God." And my dad had to go in and be like, "Why are you giving him a detention? He's not a man."
Only men get detention.
Dude, I swear to God. And they took the detention away, but they were like, he does have to shave. And my dad's like, I don't get it. You think that's a mustache?
That's so sick, dude. That's so funny.
Dude, it was just my dad being like,
Why are you a cartoon character? Why are you giving him a detention? He's not a man.
he's not a man.
That's so
My dad literally was just saying that to people that educate me. And I was like, right now they're watching. They're like, this explains a lot.
They were like,
This does.
the very next day they took the detention. They were like, hey, do you need
Hey, buddy.
talk to
Yeah.
anybody? No, it's Catholic.
How you
school.
doing, big man?
You know. Hey, just want you to know, you are a man.
You are a man, even though you're 17.
In the eyes of the Lord, you are a man.
Yeah.
You gave your life to Christ.
Give a lift to Christ. Dude, I mean, we had my uncle that was like sober. That was awesome. He used to take us paintballing.
That's awesome. That's a good uncle.
Yeah, but one time I took a paintball right in the neck.
Oh, dude, that sucks.
Hurt so bad.
It does
And
not
you,
feel good.
Yeah, but went to school the next day, or like a couple days later or whatever, and they were like, "You have a hickey," and literally were trying to get me detention because I thought my neck got sucked off, and and they were like, "You got a hickey on your neck." And my mom came in and tried to explain it. It didn't work. So my dad came in and was just like, literally like, "You think girls are kissing him?" And I got out of it, but it's just like, God damn, dude.
It's so funny how mean your dad was.
But like in his mind, he's like, I'm just making sense.
I'm just fucking speaking truths.
He wasn't wrong.
I'm just trying to. No, he's not
Yeah.
wrong. You weren't getting kissed.
And the teachers just had to like look at me and be like, "Gee, is he getting kissed?" I'm like, I fucking wish. It was so bad.
Dude, I worked at a charter school. Whoops. And it got
Oopsie.
it got closed for embezzling.
Oopsies.
I quit before that. There was
More like charter cool.
yeah, dude. One of the guys that was like admin. One time, his wife was a teacher there. One time, he showed up with a hickey on his neck.
Oh yeah, dude.
They were adults.
That was like because like we would get detentions at
Yeah,
Padua for wearing because it was Catholic. So if anyone had a hickey, you were done.
Dude, that's so funny because you could just like fuck around with your neck. Like,
Oh yeah, people would do that so they could get out of class.
that's good.
But also like it was so funny because like every once in a while you'd see somebody come to school with just like a big fucking turtleneck under there.
Yeah.
Because we had to wear button-up shirts.
Yeah.
So they just have like a giant turtleneck on and then a button-up shirt, and they just everyone would be like, "What'd you get into?"
Dude, hickeys are so funny.
Dude.
I do that cupping on my neck. You've seen it, like where I just do like the suction cups to make your muscles feel
Oh yeah.
on fire, and I gotta do it, and it does help. I know it might be psychosomatic, but I've had it where like kids are coming up to me and they're like, "What happened to you?" Like because they're like freaked out and they think I'm getting hickeys, and then I'm like, "No," and then I just
I've
have
been
to.
a fucking horse.
I gotta but then I was just showing my whole neck, and then they're like, they would go from like thinking it's like I'm like had a hickey to something's clearly wrong with me.
You're like, I just met a giant diesel truck of a woman.
I just got sucked off by a
she takes
tailpipe.
She takes, yeah. I think she drew blood.
Dude. One time I did fall asleep with one on, and my leg looked crazy.
Oh, I thought you meant with that big old diesel lady.
No, not with the diesel lady.
Fell asleep with a diesel lady on top of you.
No, dude, I'd be dead. I fell asleep with like one of those cups on my leg. Dude, I woke up and it looked
crazy.
It looked crazy.
You have a gift for falling asleep. I wish.
Dude, I always make fun of you for eating too much pizza and falling asleep. I ate too much pizza and almost passed right out.
I mean, I'm tired too. I stayed up all night again. Couldn't sleep.
Yep.
So I got out
Was
of
your brain trying to fix all those problems?
Yeah, and we didn't get through any of them.
That's my favorite part, is that you've never gotten through one problem.
I mean, the thing is, like, you know what sucks is sometimes you will.
Yeah.
And then the next night your brain's like, let's run it back. Round 2. And I'm on round like 57 with some of them.
Even
last night it was just like I did shows in Chicago.
Yeah.
It was a net loss. And my brain was like, what's it like to be a failure as a comedian and by extension as a man?
So basically your dad was in your brain.
My dad although, you know, but no.
Principal, you think he's a comedian?
But it's not. 'Cause my dad, like, if you actually talk to my dad in real life,
You know, he's a sweet guy.
and he'd be like, "Oh, don't stress about that stuff." He'd be
Yeah,
like,
100%.
he's like, "You're doing great. Don't worry about that
Yeah.
bullshit. Go to get some sleep."
Yeah, exactly.
But then my brain is just like fucking full blown Slavic grandfather. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah. You say that, but I don't know. You had a good weekend.
But it was like, it was a whole night of being like, "Oh, can I make comedy work?" And it's just like, man, I don't want to do. And then so I couldn't sleep, so I woke up early and was like, "Well, what can I control? I can work on some podcast stuff," which I did.
You did?
And then I, from the hours of like 10 to 1, I took a nap on the couch.
Nice. That's good.
So I got 3 hours of sleep, and I think that's just enough that I'll fall asleep tonight.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
You could.
And the couch isn't comfy, so I won't get like. If I went to bed, I wouldn't have waken up.
Yeah.
But you see, the key is the couch in the other room is a love seat, so you dangle your legs over the edge, and I'm too big for the couch, so my feet fall asleep. But if I fall asleep for more than an hour, when I wake up like in 3 hours, it feels like I don't have feet. And then you just have to like put them over the side, and you can't feel your feet. And
You got to wander around.
Kind of just you can't walk because you don't got feet.
Oh yeah, you do.
You just kind of think you're dying.
You got stumps.
Yeah, dude. You feel like Lieutenant Dan for like 20 minutes.
Do you ever fall asleep? One time I woke
Lieutenant Dan.
That's not what Forrest Gump sounds like.
What? That was a good Tom Hanks.
That was not.
Oh, Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan.
That's better.
Yeah, he like makes Dan, a one syllable name like 7 syllables. He's
Yeah.
like Lieutenant Dan.
That's my boat.
That's my boat. Scrimp.
Do you ever fall asleep with your arm in a weird position where you wake up and you couldn't move it?
Yeah, if I ever have, like, that's like one of the reasons I don't want to drink so much. If I have more than 2 beers, I just don't roll over in the night.
Oh shit!
And then it's like such a hilariously small amount of beers, and then I'll wake up and be like,
dude, I remember when I was a kid. It's time. When I was a child, it was in high school.
When I was a child.
When I was but a boy in high school, I woke up and it was like the first time I ever did that where I couldn't move my arm. And I was like, great, I'm gonna have one arm now. Like, I was like, I couldn't feel it. Like it would just like do this because my circulation was so cut off.
Dude,
I've done that so many times. It's not good.
Well,
it's the gift of sleep.
The worst wake up I had is when I played soccer in high school.
Yeah,
I got sprained my ankle very bad. Somebody just like drilled me in the ankle.
Yeah.
But I was a trooper.
You are.
Bit of a big dumb idiot actually. So I checked out of the game, had him tape it up, immediately went back out there, played the rest of the game. But you're like heart's racing, so it doesn't hurt as bad.
Yeah.
Game ends and it just starts like hurting to the point where we're like you do the post team meeting on the side.
Yeah.
And you're like I'm like having trouble walking to the bus.
Oh shit.
So like I think I legit didn't even ride home with the team. I think my parents took me home.
Yeah.
And so I went home and we like iced it and I went to bed. And then I woke up the next day and kind of forgot that I hurt my ankle. And when I like stepped out of bed, just immediately just like collapsed.
Oh damn.
And then like we went to the ER and they were like it was like a horrible sprain.
Oh shit.
And I didn't know. I thought I was convinced it because of how swollen and sore it was. I thought I was like, oh, I broke my ankle.
Yeah.
But they were like, oh, sprains can be worse sometimes. And I'm like, well, I don't fucking know.
You're high school. You don't know.
You don't know nothing. You don't even know you got legs yet. And so like, but yeah, it was.
You have a lot of ailment. What was that one time where you got like fucking like a blood infection or something, or you had something where like?
Oh yeah, I had a like in the middle of my left foot.
Yeah.
I played club soccer for all of I think a week and a half in college, and I thought I pulled a muscle because it like hurt when you would straighten your toes out.
Yeah.
And it was actually a bone spur that caused an infection in the middle of my foot.
Yeah.
And so I just kept playing on it, and I went to the doctor, and they were like, it's a plantar's wart, but no, it was actually like there was a black dot, and they were like, it's a small plantar's wart, but it was actually just like the infection bubbling outwards.
That's crazy.
So I think my mom took me to the doctor like twice, and they just kept being like, he's a pussy. And then like the third time I went to the doctor, it was because like I had about the size of a quarter. It was like a giant black bulge in the middle of my foot.
Jesus Christ.
And I couldn't. I was
on the bottom of your foot?
On the bottom of my foot. And I was at my parents for Thanksgiving, and I couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
And I had like a fever.
Yeah, dude, you were dying.
Because there was like literally an infection in my body, and I couldn't sleep, and I'm like sweating, and I'm like just like kind of delirious. And my dad's like, we're not going to the ER in the middle of the night, because why would you? It costs more. And
wait till the day comes up.
Yeah, and we went to the ER. So like he made me wait till like 5 a.m, and we finally go, and they were like, "Oh, this infection could have spread through his heart." My dad was just like, "What?" He was like, and they were like, it was the first time I think I ever, because they put me on like 2 or 3 Percocet.
Yeah.
So I was perked up, but just talking crazy in front of my dad.
Yeah, dude.
He's like, because apparently when I'm just high as fuck on Percocet, I just have a great time.
Yeah, I think that's the whole point of Percocet.
Because I was ripped up, and he was telling me later, he's like, dude, they're like, because they put me on Percs, and then they Novocaine or put some like local anesthetic on my foot.
Yeah, because they
just cut it open and drain it.
Yeah, they had to drain the evil.
Yeah, and like, dude, I didn't feel anything.
Yeah,
but apparently the whole time I'm just like, if you guys done this before, you're fucking doing great. It's like, you're killing it right now. And I'm like telling my dad, and my dad's like, please stop swearing, and I'm like, but they're doing such a fucking good job. And then like apparently at one point I was like, guys, hold up. And I looked at my dad and I was like, trash bin. And he was like, what? And I was like, get the trash. And then I just threw up from the Percocet. And then I just gave him a thumbs up and said, continue. It was like insane. He was like telling me about it. He was like, we can never ever let you do drugs again.
Dude, I've never done drugs like that because I just don't do drugs. But like if I get a surgery, I will. So I wonder what it's gonna be like. I bet it'll be funny.
I mean, I got him like when I got that hernia surgery. They put me on like under.
Yeah.
And when I woke up, I did the same thing where my mom was there.
Yeah.
And they just kept they'd be like, how you feeling? I was like, fucking good. And then they were like, The nurse came in and she's like, you need to try and eat so we can know that your stomach's like doing all right. Because they fill you up with gas.
Yeah.
And she was like, we got snacks, and we're like, what do you got? And she's like, we got pretzels. She's clearly going to do a list. She's like, we got pretzels. And I'm like, pretzels. And she's like, no, but we also have. And I was like, no, I want the pretzels. It's going to be pretzels. Pretzels it'll be. And she like comes back, and I eat the pretzels so fast. And she's like watching me, and she's like, no, eat them slow. And I'm like, dude, I'm just like saying insane shit. Like, have you ever had fucking pretzels before? You know how fucking good pretzels are? I'm like questioning my mom's there. I'm like, how come we don't get pretzels more often? Like, just being. And my mom's like the opposite of my dad, so she's actually enjoying this.
Yeah.
But she's like, you're in the middle of like an operating room, and people are worried and about to get surgery, and you're just like, how fucking just yelling about pretzels?
The only funny thing I can think of before we like probably cancel this show or finish it.
Cancel it.
We already end
Last episode. Finally got a name for the podcast.
This is the last episode. That should be a good the last episode. Anyway, it probably is something. Fucking, I remember, your parents, like in high school, my family would always wake me up.
Yeah.
Like they'd be like, hey,
same.
I didn't know how alarms worked. I think I'd set them, but I just sleep through it.
Same.
And I remember one time my dad was waking me up, and I was just asleep, like dead asleep. And my family, you've seen me sleep. I just pass out. But I think I remember my dad was like,
you got like a funny pass out too, because you'll be like this mid conversation, and then I'll like look at the road, and then I'll look back at you, and you're just
yeah, dude, I'll fall asleep instantaneous.
But like
it's
your
crazy.
head won't like go back and forward. It's just like completely.
Dude,
it was like somebody just flicked the off switch.
Yeah,
like
dude,
pulled out the power cord.
My ex-wife would always get so mad at me because I would do the same thing to her,
Dude.
and she would just like get like furious, which that's a sign of something else. But
yeah, the only time I was mad about is there was one time we drove back from like Cincinnati or Columbus.
Yeah,
and I was like, I'm very tired. Please stay awake with me. And then just immediately. And then I would like wake you up and be like, oh yeah, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. What's going on with you? And I'd be like, I'm just tired. And then I'd be like, I'm tired. I'm worried about falling asleep driving. And I look over and just.
I don't want to worry about dying.
Just bricked.
Yeah.
It's like when you go down, it's like when your phone battery dies.
Oh, dude.
And you can turn it back on, but it'll stay on for like 3 seconds.
That's about all you get. You're not going to make a call with that. You can't text your parents.
Get a couple words in, but that's about it.
You're like, hey, it's go, bye.
Yep.
But I remember my dad. When you have a memory that you don't know if it's real or not?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I remember my dad being like,
you ever run it by him too, just to check?
I never did because it was in high school. But I remember I was either like a freshman or sophomore. My dad was like, hey, you got to wake up and go to school. And I think I just yelled, fuck that shit. Because I was just so dead. And my dad was like, what did you say? And then I was like, and he was like, and he was just like, oh, you're not here. And then left the room.
Dude.
Yelling "fuck that shit" to your dad's awesome because I swear in front of my parents all the time. My whole family
I never
swears.
swore in front of my parents.
I know you still don't, right?
No.
You don't like to, dude. All I do is swear.
Dude,
my whole family just swears. I don't. I try not to do it in front of the nephews, but
there's like 2 core memories that are from my dad that I don't know are real.
Yeah.
One of them's my first memory ever.
Yeah.
Which is we lived in Cleveland.
Yeah.
And like our backyard was literally just one strip of grass.
That's awesome.
That took no more than 10 minutes to cut.
That's all. That's a perfect yard.
Yeah, but like like when you're like a father and son having a cute moment.
Yeah.
He was cutting the grass with a real lawnmower, and I had a Fisher Price lawnmower.
Oh, dude, I did the same thing. There's
2 years old, following around my dad.
But he's like me doing the same thing.
He's like upset because he just got done working his 3 jobs.
Yeah.
And he's like, get out of the way. Get out of the way. But I'm 2, so I don't know what the fuck that means. And he just runs over my Fisher Price with the real lawnmower.
Jesus Christ, dude.
And like one of my first memory is just holding the handlebars and like pissing myself while it like gets destroyed.
You never had a chance?
Like,
there's a picture of me following my dad doing the same thing, and it's cute. Yours is traumatic as fuck.
Yeah, like, my dad. That was like one where my dad realized that he made a mistake.
Yeah,
and so he like was very handy. So he bought like the spare parts to fix my Fisher Price lawnmower.
Yeah,
and I never went near it again.
Oh, dude, there's no.
There was
way.
like times where he like put it in the yard and was like, "Come, cut the grass."
Yeah, dude, that's a trap.
But he was like using it to show me how to use it, and I'm like, "You look like a fucking idiot with that kid mower." Payback's a bitch.
So good.
Dude. But that is like genuinely, I think my first memory is him just shredding a Fisher-Price lawnmower.
Dude, that's a crazy first memory.
Dude, I never had a shot.
I don't know what my first. I think my first. The first thing I kind of remember is me cracking
it's-
my head open on the table, but that's like a long time ago.
Like we lived in an apartment till I was 3.
I know. I looked at the apartment. Remember?
Oh yeah, you almost lived there.
I almost lived there.
And we lived there until I was 3, and that's my only memory that I have from that place is my dad just lawnmowing my lawnmower.
It's crazy. He still owns that building, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that and one time when like right after we moved into the new house, my dad was watching me and my brother, which happened rarely when we were kids. Usually he was the one that was busy.
Yeah.
And he was trying to make mac and cheese, which is not his forte.
Like Kraft?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the easiest thing in the world to make.
Yep. Boil water. Yep.
And the stove was hot. I kept trying to touch the stove, and he was like, "Don't do that." I think he said, "Don't do that" twice, and then the third time he was just like, "You know what? Touch it." I burned my hand on the stove.
Hell, I guess you
Because you're a kid too, so you just put your hand on it. And you don't know what heat is, so you just leave it there.
You let it sizzle.
Yeah, and he had to like pop my hand off.
Yeah, dude.
But my mom came home and I was just crying, and she was like, "What happened?" And my dad was like, "He learned that the stove was hot. He learned not to touch the stove." Fucking legend. These were like 2 of my first 3 memories.
Your dad destroying your only toy and him letting you light your hand on fire.
Yeah. The other one, him getting me a bicycle that I really wanted.
1 for 3 is pretty good.
1 for 3. Although I've learned 2 really good life lessons.
Yeah.
Fuck around and find out.
Don't touch stoves.
Don't touch things that don't want to be touched.
I mean, that's honestly the best life lesson.
That's a great life lesson. Is if you no touch, no touch. I don't know what accent that is, but cancel me. All right, let's cancel this episode.
All right, bye.
Are we both wearing corduroy?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. That's
I got purple.
That's the name of this episode.
Corduroy boys.
Corduroy boys. That should be the name of the podcast. All right, we're done.